I've begun a new chapter in my university life, almost like a new phase of my university course, my postgraduates. And I have completed my first semester, and now I wish to continue with my second semester. In fact, today is the first day of the second semester. However, rather than having 3 separate modules, which were all worth around like 20 credits, this time around it's a single module worth 60 credits, which is a big thing to think about, but you can also think about it as almost like being the same workload as last time because it's 60 credits. However, it's a bit more focused, but then at the same time it's a bit wider. I'll explain later. The idea of this single module is in fact to sort of widen our knowledge and our experience of our own disciplines. Now, I'm doing sound, other people are doing product design and fine art and many other things like that. What we wish to do is actually narrow in on what we do. But that isn't exclusively the case, however. What this course allows us to do really is to focus in what we actually have interests in and passions in, and then we actually research and look everything either around and in whatever we want to look at. Whether it is I want to do glass, I can go ahead. Whether it is somebody from art and design might actually want to do music. So it's not purely limited to the subject and discipline that you are studying. The final outcome, or the final artifacts, if you want to call it that, of this course is actually your research in what you've been doing over this past time. It's not like a polished product that you give. In fact, it could be just a bunch of mess. However, if you document it correctly, it's totally fine. It's more about the research, how you get there, rather than getting from point A to point B and forgetting about the middle part with most of the other stuff that I'm doing. This gives us the opportunity to not only research outside of our disciplines, but to actually research more into our discipline, which is, to be honest, what I'm more focusing on when it comes to this subject. However, I'm not limited to that, and in fact, I do want to look at other things as well as focusing on my own discipline. Now, to give a bit more clarity on context to what this has to do with me and my ideas on it, I want to look at 3 major areas inside my discipline. One of them's sort of outside of my discipline, but I do it anyway. And I want to try and focus and try and learn more and investigate on what I can do in order to better my skills in these areas. Now, the first one, of course, is videos. It's a bit of an odd one. I'm not a video guy. However, I'm doing a video right now. I want to better my experience, better the viewer's experience in these videos. In fact, people have come up to me in the past and actually said my videos are quite bland and boring. However, I want to make it my best. I want to try my best, in fact, to make them more compelling and more viewable and more appetizing for an audience, such as like keeping it down to 10 minutes, maybe using 2 cameras instead of 5 or 6, however many I used, and try and make the content, in fact, a bit more engaging rather than academic subjects, which I've been doing in the past. The second thing I want to look at is probably more writing and producing, artist development, something to do with music, the meat and bones of what I do myself. More studio time, documenting studio time, writing more songs, documenting me writing songs, sitting down with an artist, documenting that experience of starting from a seed of a song to a whole blown tree, which could be sprouting out to a new song, or how a tree works and how a song works. I've got many theories and ideas which I'd like to talk about within this idea of composition and producing and developing an artist, which I am quite passionate about. And I'd like to share them in videos and sort of maybe work them out in video format. I also want to look at the engineering aspect of what I do. Now, what I mean by that is I've done music technology in my undergraduates, and I want to sort of work on the skills I learned in those courses that I did. I built effects and plugins, and I actually want to pursue that even more. It's beneficial for me, and in fact, it's a tangible product that I could actually make and for somebody to actually try out rather than listening to a song or looking at a piece of art. I also want to look at actually building physical effects and physical plugins, if that makes any sense, like any outboard gear. I've had a passion for it since I was about 8 or 9. And, I wanted to develop those skills for many years now. And I've done it in the past. However, this gives me the chance and the time to actually look at these as a potential future for me. I think in all, everything that I've discussed and everything that I want to focus in on, in fact, has an impact on my future. I'm using this as a way in order to better my future, learn new skills, make contacts even, do a bit of development, my own development, and use this time now really, and use these skills to better my future, and better job prospects, even starting up my own company, all these ideas. I don't know what else I can discuss about in this video. This is the first video of quite a while now. However, this is the first video of an ongoing series now, a new series if you'd like to call it that. Hopefully within the next week there should be another one very similar to this. And if this goes well, and if you want, you can leave a comment on what I can do better, how can I make these videos less bland, yeah. And I think that's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a good day.